The next pillar is movement. So we're going to chat about this now. This is where a lot of women are pleasantly surprised, to be honest, because we might spend our 20s and 30s adding in extra cardio, going for more runs, doing spin, doing all the sweaty things to try to burn more calories. But when it comes to fat loss after 40, that's not the goal. So I'm going to talk about movement for a moment. Before I do that, I do have a confession to make. For years, I believed myself that walking didn't really count as exercise. If I wasn't sweating or out of breath, I thought it didn't matter. If we grew up in the 90s, it was all about the cardio and the aerobics and the sweating, and that was how we thought we burned calories. But once I hit my 40s, changed my tune. When I started coaching more women in midlife, I realized I was wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. So why walking works. And this is great because most of us love walking, right? But a lot of us probably don't do enough of it or enough movement. So when I say movement, I'm not talking about more workouts. I'm not talking about going to the gym or exercising more. I'm talking about something called NEAT. So NEAT is an acronym, NEAT, stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So basically it's all the movement that you do outside of formal exercise. So walking is one of them. Cleaning, gardening, running errands, dancing in the kitchen, fidgeting, moving your hands, all of these things count towards NEAT. And it's the type of movement that can burn hundreds of calories a day. And it's one of the most powerful fat loss tools we have. Now, there are 3 reasons why walking particularly works so well. First, it increases your daily energy burn without stressing your system. So, for example, and when I talk about energy burn, I'm just going to give you a real life example. So a 60 kilogram woman who walks 10,000 steps a day can burn roughly 350 calories from the walking. So even if you were to add an additional 3,000 steps a day to what you're doing now, that could equal around 5 kilograms of fat loss across a year without changing anything else. So second, walking supports your hormones and recovery. It really helps regulate cortisol and insulin, which they are really the buzzwords of perimenopause and menopause. We all want to balance our cortisol and insulin. I'm going to talk about that in the stress section later, but it does help regulate those hormones. And third, it builds momentum. So walking is an easy thing to track. We can work out how to increase it and improve it. It's simple, it's trackable, it's repeatable. It's something that I see as a real game changer time and time again with my clients. They add in extra steps, they add in extra walking. They don't really change anything about their nutrition, but all of a sudden the scale starts tipping in their favor again. And it really is like one of the easiest wins for fat loss after 40.